Well, for manufacturers, if you're manually manipulating your data, you're collecting it, manually massaging it to do your analysis, you're investing a lot of sweat equity in order to pencil push this data around. And unfortunately, a lot of that effort might be wasted because you're finding out, oh, this process is fine, right? Like you spend a lot of time manipulating this information and doing deep dives into information just to find out that this one's okay, and this one's okay, and this one's okay. And then all of a sudden you find a problem, but you kind of just stumble across it randomly. By automating the process of analysis, you make sure that everything's being looked at instantly at the same time. You make sure that you have a system that's surfacing the higher priority problems, and that's what you are manually looking at, as opposed to having to look at everything and try to filter out all of the noise. And the noise is, is good noise because it's the good processes that aren't necessarily the squeaky wheels at this point in time, but noise nonetheless. And you're spending time and effort and resources that take much longer if you're doing it manually to discover that, oh, this process doesn't have any issues. And by being able to automate this manual process, you really get to the end game, you get to the result much quicker. You start at the end of the conversation as opposed to the beginning, and you're able to then start making the critical business decisions of how do we improve this process? How do we correct the issues that are happening here? And maybe that involves some preventative maintenance, nothing more than that. Maybe it involves replacing some equipment, or maybe it involves updating or modernizing some of your manufacturing equipment. But without knowing where you need to focus your efforts, you're spending a lot of time kind of fumbling around in the dark, which is inefficient. Dashboards represent your data. They're really the voice of your data. They're your window into your data, and it's the way that your processes talk to you. And if you want to understand what's really going on in your process, you need to look at the information that are provided by visualization tools such as dashboards. And although it might include a bunch of charts, it's not only charts. Dashboards can comprise just information that percolates to the top, just a prioritized list of these are the things that are most important right now. These are the biggest issues that you should be focused on right now. And you might drill in to find out more information and interrogate those issues deeper. But dashboards are really the way that you construct how you want the information to be presented to you about what's going on with your process. Because if you collect the data but you don't talk to the data and you don't listen to what the data is trying to tell you, then why are you collecting it in the first place?